we're sitting here. I'm thinking about selling a couple cash secured puts on TNA. So I've been watching it, and some things I'm looking at here. This red line is the 50-day moving average. If you look at an upward trend, and it hasn't seemed to gone past the 50-day moving average. So 50-day moving average is like 45 something, and it's trading at 46.13 at the moment. This is during the day, so it's moving as I talk. Some prices I'm looking at is got that dip right here, looking at like about 42. And then, so I'm looking at the Bollinger Band here. So the price bounces up and down between the Bollinger Bands, make upward trend, but it's starting to go sideways a little bit. And this is the 20-day moving average is starting to dip down a little bit. So this is what I would consider the perfect time to sell cash secured puts on this. But I'm thinking of doing it anyhow. When I say it's not perfect, it's not a bad time. I like to sell them when they do these dips here, like the dip here, the dip here, dip here. And so I don't have a crystal ball, but there's this dip right here, the dip before the next jump up to 48. So it's like 46 and jump back up to 48. And we're not talking like about tons of money here. We're talking about a little bit. So anyhow, I'm going to go look at the option chains and I'm going to see what we have going on here. I'm losing my voice a little bit. But let's go ahead and open up Fidelity here. So I already came up here, typed in TNA, and this pops up. And what I want to do is scroll down here versus view option chain. I'll click on that. This pops up. And I'm interested in puts. So I'm going to click on puts right here as soon as this loads up. And today is November 3rd. I want to go out probably to the 14th, and I'm going to hide these ones here. I just want to look at the 14th. So let's screw up a little bit. So I was like looking at maybe at the bottom of the Bollinger Band, like at 43, or here it dipped down like the 42 and a half. So let's start out by looking at around 42 or 43. So the strike price is over here. That's what I'm talking at. So we have 42 here, and to sell cash secure put here, I'd get 73 cents per share. So that'd be $73. And I'm looking at where there's some action. So there's a lot of action going on here today. Here uh, at 40, there's quite a bit of action to see the open interest at 500 if possible. And what I'm doing here, if you don't know, if you do know, you'll think, well, you're stupid. You're explaining this to us. We already know. So if the price drops down to 40, then I will be obligated to buy these shares of ETF, this for stocks for $40. And it's trading at 46. So what I'm guessing is I don't necessarily want to buy these, but if I do buy them, I want to decide what price does it need to go to before I'm happy at buying it. Be really happy if it was way down here. If I go like this a little bit, back in June, it was down to 28. So this is triple leverage. So this moves triple the amount that the Russell 2000 will move. So this is just me thinking. So I definitely don't want to go above the moving average, which is like 45. It's getting awful close here. And so 43. I just might try to play it real safe here. So let's go back here. If you go 35, you only pay 2 cents. So you only get $2 for 100 shares. So that's not worth it. 40 is this. Let's look at the 21st. The farther you go out in dates, the more you get. But I don't like going out too far because I don't like being stuck if I don't like something. Here, 40 is 81 cents. There's a lot of action here. 35 is 23 cents. That'd only be a $46. This one here is looking pretty good. There's enough action here that I'd be interested at 100 at 38. So 38 is actually way down here. So it hasn't even come close to 38. And since way back here in August, it was 37, 38. And so am I thinking that this 20-day moving average is starting to do a downward trend? Is the ETF starting to trend down, or is it still going up like this 50-day moving average is doing? So that's what I got to decide. And if it does start trending down, will I have enough time before I get a sign? Or is this just a little dip before it takes another jump up here to like the 48? If you look at it, it goes up and down. Even if it is starting to trend sideways, it's still going up and down. Right now, I'm in a kind of a down. It was like, I'm guessing like maybe 40 might not be bad. So yeah, let's do it. Let's do two of them at 40. This is the current price. I'm going to sell. I'm selling this cash secured put. I'm going to do two of them. November 21st. Strike price is 40. So if it goes down to 40, and if it's at 40 on November 21st, if I don't buy it back earlier, I'll have to buy 200 shares because I'm doing two contracts at $40 a share. And so I'm going to do a limit, but I'm going to, if you watch that, this is my how much money I'll make, 160. If I click on 81, that's 160. If I usually go midpoint, but I'm going to go here and try to make an extra $28. Okay, so you could do market, but then you could get stuck with a bad price. So I usually do limit, and I usually try to get a little greedy. I do the ask price. So as long as this number pops up, your gain, that's what you want. It says maximum loss. That's if the price of this goes to zero. That means the Russell 2000, every stock in the Russell 2000 went to zero. So anyhow, this looks good. Sell to cash secured put, November 21st. This is what I'm paying. Something good for today. It says margin here. This account, I actually have margin available, but there's cash in there to cover this. And then we'll do a preview and make sure everything's fine. And we'll do place order. So I could get carried away and place another order, or I could exit out and see if it actually took effect. Okay, if you look over here, sell to open, two contracts filled at 85. So I actually had to go in there and pick the midpoint because it wasn't filling. So this is 10 minutes later, I waited, and the price of TNA is creeping up a little bit, which means I probably talked too long, but I didn't get the 90 or 95, whatever I was wanting. Got filled at 85, which is instead of 188, I got 100. I think it was 188, but whatever it was, I got 168 instead, which is okay. So between now and November 21st, I'll keep an eye on that. And if that price pops back up here, if that price pops back up in this area here, let's say if it gets back up to 47, 48, I'll go in, I'll buy that back now, like a few days or a week. I won't just sit here and wait for the 2 weeks. Unless the price shoots way up and keeps going up, then I'll leave it. But if it just seems to be bouncing up and down, I'll wait till the next bounce up. I'll go in and buy it, then wait for the next bounce down, sell some more cash secured puts, wait for it to bounce back up, go ahead and just keep doing that over and over. And if it goes down to 40 and I have to buy them, I'll turn around and just do the opposite. Okay, the last thing I want to do is go to my option tracker, and I'll go ahead and put sell. And today is 11/3, and that was 11/21, and that was for TNA. We did a put. Strike price was 40, and we bought that contract 0.85, and we don't know this till later. Collateral is two contracts, $8,000. And this is all. Oh, wait a minute. I got this in the wrong spot. 2 contracts, 0.85. Okay, there we go. So that's all we can fill in for now. So if this goes down to point 0.2, I'll when I buy that back, I'll fill that in. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but let's say I end up buying it back for point 0.2. If I put that in there, then that pops up how much I made. If it actually goes all the way to 0, I make the whole amount, which it showed $168 because there was like a commission in there. And I'm not keeping track of commissions. It's only like less than $1 per trade. All these together is less than $50. But if I just let it go, I'll make like 170. But in the meantime, I just delete that till we know. So that is it for now. And I might put a note over here exactly what I did. I put notes so I can keep track of 'em, like I said, what I'm doing. So that's how I sell puts. So if you like this type of stuff, subscribe to the channel.